What time is it?
MailleTime. Welcome to MailleTime. I'm Andre Myron from West Coast Chainmail, and today we're talking about GSG. GSG stands for Great Southern Gathering, which is the original gathering where this weave was named and documented. GSG is part of the Half Persian series of weaves. It's related to Half Persian 3-in-1 as well as to Half Persian 6-in-1 sheet. And in a future video, we'll show how all those sort of go together. GSG is a nice flat weave, makes great bracelets, necklaces, straps, things like that. As you can see, it has sort of a parallelogram to it. So when you lay it straight, you can see that the edges are angled. This is neat because you can actually take two pieces of this and sort of put them together to make a nice necklace that comes to a focal point. So the possibilities are limited only by your imagination. In any case, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is a deceptively simple weave to start. A lot of people get kind of freaked out by this, but once you understand the interaction of the rings, it's not too bad. We're going to go ahead and start by putting a couple of rings into our MailleCard here. And we're going to overlap them so that actually I'm going to switch that. We're going to overlap them here so that we can easily see the eye of the ring. So here you can see we have our two rings overlapped. We have one on top of the other in a stepwise formation, and we're going to use that to start our weave. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing to do is to identify where the eye of the ring is. Here you can see it. Where these two rings overlap, it roughly makes an eye shape. And that's important for this weave just as it is for any half Persian weave. So we're going to start by passing a ring through that eye. Just like that. And closing that ring. Grab my pliers here. And then holding this and looking at it, we're going to go ahead and flip that ring so that it's toward us, not away from us. This would be away from us. We're going to flip it towards ourselves. Now we're going to add a ring, but we're going to put it around the eye. Now note that the blue ring here only goes through the orange rings. It does not go through any of the other blue ring. Actually, make that a little easier on myself. I'm going to go this way. There we go. So now you can see there's the eye, and I'm going around the eye with this ring. We'll close that. And we just added our first row. Now we're going to go ahead and switch to the orange rings again so I can show you, but here you see the eye between the two blue rings. Here we're going to take this and we're going to pass it through the eye. And we're going to close that ring. And again, we're going to flip it towards us. Not away from us like this, but towards us. And that sort of gives us that stair-step parallelogram that we were looking at earlier. Now we're going to add another ring around the eye of those two blue rings. So, like so. And we're going to close that. Now I'm going to switch back to the blue rings. Again, we're looking at where is the eye between the two orange rings. Here it is. We're going to go ahead and pass a ring through that. Just like so. Close. Flip it towards ourselves. Now I'm going to pass a ring around the eye, making sure I don't go through my other blue ring. Orange rings only go through blue rings in this case, and blue rings only go through orange rings. Obviously, when you get to the point where you're doing this with just one color of ring, you have to pay very close attention to what you're doing. But the colors help us when we're just starting out. There we go. So far, so good. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to orange now. Orange ring through the eye of the two blue rings. Flip it towards ourselves here. And now an orange ring around that eye, like so. And the pattern continues. So I'll do one more set of rings and then we'll pull it off the card. So here I can go through the eye. Make sure it's flipped towards us. And now around the eye. And as long as you keep doing through the eye, around the eye, through the eye, around the eye, most of the time you'll naturally get the ring in the right place. But it is important to note that when you do the around the eye ring, it should lay on top of the through the eye ring here. So now I can pull this off the card. And there I have my small piece of GSG. I can continue the same way that I have now that the rings are stable. Again, I can see here, here's where my two rings overlap. Here's the eye of the rings. So I can take a ring, put it through that eye, close it. Flip it towards myself here. Now take a ring, put it around the eye, and close it. Again, looking to see where my two rings overlap. Through the eye. Close it. Flip it towards myself. Around the eye. And close. And there you have it. Piece of GSG. So I hope that this video has been helpful. Again, you can get the MailleCard at chainmaildude.com. Until next time, this is Andre Myron wishing you happy mailing.